Hello, live from London. This is BBC News. President Biden says we're not there yet, but closer, as the three countries trying to mediate a ceasefire and hostage release in Gaza present a new proposal to Israel and Hamas. Also in the Middle East.
At Verify Today, we've been examining an attack by Israeli settlers on a village in the occupied West Bank and piecing together what happened.
The World Health Organization urges wealthy nations to share Mpox vaccines with affected countries as global concerns grow over a new wave of the disease surging in Africa. The UK government releases details of the compensation that will be paid to victims of the infected blood scandal. And the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are on a 4-day tour of Colombia, hosted by the country's Vice President, Francia Marquez. Hello, I'm Lucy Gray. Welcome to the programme. We begin with the latest developments in the Middle East. And President Biden has said the prospect of a ceasefire deal in Gaza is getting closer, but is not there yet. It comes after the US, Qatar and Egypt put forward a new proposal for a ceasefire and the release of the remaining Israeli hostages. Hamas reportedly have rejected the new conditions proposed. At the talks in Doha, the three mediators issued a statement on the second day of talks that suggested that the new proposal closes the remaining gaps. The talks have paused but will resume next week. Earlier, the UK's Foreign Secretary David Lammy said that he was told by Israeli ministers that they hope they're on the cusp of a deal over the war in Gaza. He was visiting Jerusalem with the French Foreign Minister Stéphane Séjourné. And Israel announced that the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are expected to meet in person on Monday. Meanwhile, the UN has described a deadly attack by Israeli settlers on a village in the occupied West Bank as horrific. The settlers set cars and houses ablaze as they descended on the village of Jit, armed with batons, rocks and Molotov cocktails. At least one Palestinian was killed and others seriously injured. Thousands gathered in Jit for the funeral of the man killed in the settler attack. David Lammy condemned the violence as abhorrent.
The scenes overnight of the burning and the torching of buildings, of the Molotov cocktails thrown at cars,